Hi everybody, I'm Hayden Crawford from numerologist.com and I'm a wellness coach specialising in colour therapy. Today I'm going to be introducing the Lyran race and revealing 12 fascinating traits of their personalities so that you can decide whether or not you are a Lyran starseed. So the Lyrans were seeded by the Anukai race in the constellation of Lyra, and in the beginning they started off as humanoid beings on two different planets within the same solar system. Now the brightest star in that solar system is Vega, and it's surrounded by other constellations such as Hercules, Cygnus and Draco. Now they have also evolved over time and exist now in the Pleiades, in Sirius and also in Arcturus as well. And as they kind of went out into the universe, they span now many galaxies and exist on thousands of different planets on dimensions all the way up to the 9th. Lyran starseeds are the oldest souls in our entire galaxy, and they played a really unique part in the creation of humanity. They gifted Earth with the element of fire, and they also seeded the very first souls into Atlantis. Now they also offered this very strong work ethic and physicality into the first races of Lemuria and Atlantis. Okay, so the reptilians have aided, helped and gifted them in many ways, and over the millennia they have had many disagreements and even wars with them. So now they've actually reached a point where their relationship is harmonious yet complicated. Okay, so Lyran beings are diverse in appearance but have some common behavioural traits. Many of them are feline in appearance, so they look like cats, having cat noses and cat eyes, so with their very slanted pupils. Now, depending on the star that they come from, even though they look like humans, they will have very different features and colouring as well. And even though they kind of look humanoid, they've got this distinct air of a cat about them. But remember, they can also have bird-like appearances as well. The Lyrans are exceptionally diverse. I mean, you really can't sort of pick amongst them, and some have even incorporated technology into their appearance as well. So almost like appearing like tattoos on their bodies, but instead it's, markings from DNA enhancements, for example. Now, in the Lyran constellation, there also are the Lyran beings. You've got the native Lyrans, you have got the felines and the lion beings as well as Syrians that live there too. So as you can see, it's like a very much a melting pot of different races all living within this very diverse constellation. Lyrans have had plenty of experience incarnating onto different planets, and this is really evident in the way that they choose to live their lives and express themselves. Mastering the essence of the divine masculine, they know the effectiveness and the benefits of hard physical labour. They really do like to involve themselves in active participation in life. So for them, it's very important when they incarnate onto a three-dimensional planet that they go about it in the most active and dynamic way possible so that they can benefit the most from it. So what are the 12 characteristics of the Lyran starseeds? Well, number one is that they are active, adventurous and energetic. They are really spontaneous and persistent, and they're extremely high energy, so they want to get involved with as many different things as possible. So this can take them into explorations of food, drink and music. It can also mean that they get burnt out quite quickly with the work that they do because they put so much into it. So this can drive a lot of change, and that's why they know so much, because they're constantly having new beginnings. But more than anything else, they really like to have adventures and they love thrill seeking. So, if you're a Lyran starseed, You are definitely going to want to be a doing person and expressing that masculine side of yourself. Number 2 is that they are natural, authoritative leaders. Now, when they're surrounded by people of the same soul origin as them, they can really step up into positions of authority and leadership. And because they're very assertive, they're quite comfortable giving orders. However, if they're actually surrounded by people of different soul origins, they can disengage and go into their shells, which, isn't fantastic for them. But, people instinctively know that these people make great leaders. And because of that, they really trust their opinions and they really listen to what they have to say. So they've got this beautiful ability to kind of step up and be that guiding light in situations where they feel confident. Number 3 is that they're stern and serious. Lyrans are very strong emotionally, so externally they can come across as being, fairly aloof. However, there's a depth of sensitivity beyond the surface, and they offer some really valuable, kind-hearted words, and they can be really light-hearted and giving, especially to people, who are going through the dark night of the soul or in their hour of need. Lyrans are also extremely passionate about, being of service to other people, and they genuinely care, but they know when to give tough love when they're backed into a corner. Number 4 is that they are tactical and solution focused. Now, Lyran starseeds work very hard, but they're always looking for new and better and more efficient ways of doing things. They have a certain way of being able to get things done, and they like kind of carving that out in their own particular style. Now, they absorb information exceptionally quickly, and because of this, they're able to really find their own solutions to any challenges or problems that come their way. Number 5 is magic, metaphysics and advanced technology. They absolutely love anything to do with the paranormal and are attracted to anything metaphysical. They have a natural resonance towards the spirit realms, but also they have the ability to communicate telepathically. Because they like to advance up the vibrational scale, they are also really attracted to be able to understand nanotechnology or sciences and even advanced space travel in a lot more detail. They also have an attraction towards objects of power, such as crystals or other different forms of earth magic. Number 6 is that they are fearless, passionate and grounded. Lyrans love to be able to pursue their dreams fearlessly and often take on the role of the freedom fighter because they're able to identify injustices and they're willing to fight for a worthy cause. They make fantastic athletes because they are fearless with their physical activities. They're not scared, and because they've mastered survival, they are able to really embody the energies of the root chakra and the colour red. Number 7 is that they are people-watching loners. Now, human behaviour is intriguing to them and they love nothing more than observing people and the social interactions, and they adopt an attitude of live and let live as long as people aren't harming each other. So they sometimes, when they're observing people, they come across as being quite aloof, but they're not. It's just a natural shyness, and being a loner is actually really natural for them. Number 8 is that they are independent and intelligent. Now, Lyrans are extremely independent, and this can sometimes be a little bit of a challenge to those who are close to them, especially their parents. They know a lot about a wide variety of different subjects too. So, the worst thing that you can do with a Lyran starseed is to try and restrict them from this natural independence, because then they'll start displaying the traits of the exact opposite that you would expect from a Lyran starseed. Number 9 is that they're flirtatious and sexual. Now, Lyran starseeds actually find it quite difficult committing to just one monogamous relationship because they enjoy the physicality of sex. So, they bore quite easily with just one relationship. So you might find that, they're very flirtatious with people around them, and, they can go off and explore their sexuality in quite a lot of detail. Now, they are also, despite this, they've got a really, really beautiful open heart. So they make extremely trustworthy friends. Number 10 is that they have a feeling that they can't go home. Now, this feeling is generated because of the very first Lyran incarnation that they had, which was on a planet that was destroyed by the reptilians. So in this lifetime, they may just have that feeling that they're either not at home, or they never find their home, or their forever home, or place that they can just feel completely at peace and connected. Number 11 is a connection to cats. So the first elders that birthed Lyra had feline similarities. So they may have memories of being a cat-like humanoid, or be able to relate and understand to cats as much as they can humans. Now remember, it's important that they don't actually have to like cats to have this connection with them. And finally, number 12 is that they're wisdom keepers. Now, many Lyrans feel that they are the keepers of ancient wisdom. And this is because before the downfall of Lyra, what happened was a group of elders, masters and teachers escaped, and they were kept out of harm's way. Now, they promised that they would keep and harness this information across infinite lifetimes. So a lot of the Lyran starseeds find it difficult identifying just with one soul origin, and this is because they've incarnated in many different star systems along the way, from the Pleiades to Andromeda to Sirius to Vega, across the whole spectrum of them. So they can really identify with a lot of the characteristics of all of those different ones, and this is because they're so wise. They've got all of this wisdom kind of embodied within them. So tell me, do you identify with the Lyran starseeds? Do you think you're one of them? I know I feel like there's a connection with there for me somewhere along the line, but I still feel like Andromeda is my soul origin place. Well, look, leave a few comments below just to let me know how much you resonated with this today, and if there's any other starseeds that you would really like to learn a bit more about, or you'd like me to explore. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.